After driving for about 30-40 minutes in this gorgeous scenery, the agent's car took a sharp turn down a small dirt road. If you didn't know it was there, you probably never would have seen it. It was overgrown with high grass and was a bumpy ride. Luckily, we only had to drive down it for about 10 minutes. Then I saw it, the cabin. It was, from what I could see, all what I had hoped for, and more. I couldn't wait to go inside and check it out. I was so excited. I parked my car next to his and got out. "So here we are," he said. "Indeed. God, what a beautiful place," I whispered to myself while looking around. The cabin looked just like in the ad, a small dark wooden house right next to the lake. The lake itself looked a lot bigger than it did on the small photos I had seen. The surroundings were all forest. Everywhere you looked, all you saw were these giant, ancient, majestic trees reaching for the skies, now full of colors. The ground was covered with the fallen leaves, some dancing around in circles in the mild winds blowing. You could really smell the fall in the air. Soon it would be winter, and I could only imagine how beautiful this place would look like covered in snow. I decided then and there that I would spend my entire holiday vacation there. "Should we have a look?" I heard him say, awaking me from my daydreaming. Yes, of course, show the way," I said, smiling. "So, this cabin is old," the agent said while slowly walking towards the front door. "In fact, we don't know who built it or when," he continued, "but for as long as we have had a town record, this cabin has been here, and we've been keeping record for about 140 years, but I honestly think this cabin is much older than that. Now, of course, the cabin has seen a couple of different owners over the years, and most of them has modernized the place in some way or another when moving in. For instance, there is running water, an indoor bathroom, and electricity. There is, however, no landline telephone, and the cell reception out here is sketchy at best." "No worries," I said. "My plan is to come out here to get away from all of that anyway, so that's actually just good, gives me another reason not to check my emails every 5 minutes. "Ha, yeah, I know what you mean. Come on, let's go inside," he said. I didn't say anything, but his sales pitch was unnecessary. I had already made my mind up. I needed this place. It was, however, out of character for me to feel like this. I could easily spend several days browsing through different stores, comparing prices just for a pair of jeans. Yet, here I was, ready to hand over quite the amount of cash on a cabin I've never even set foot in. But somehow it didn't bother me. It was like I was drawn to it. I needed it, I wanted it, with every fiber of my being. The front door opened straight into a large living room. In the wall to my right there was a big stone fireplace, beautifully and masterfully built with large stones of different forms and sizes, carefully placed like a jigsaw puzzle, framing the fireplace. Opposite it to my left was a door to the bedroom, and next to that, the door to the bathroom. I immediately fell even more in love with the place. I was so into it that I at first didn't even reflect over the fact that it was furnished. The bedroom was a cozy little room with a big window overlooking the woods and the dirt road we drove down a couple of minutes earlier. In front of the window there hung old, see-through, once white, curtains, you know, the ones grandmas always have for some reason. An old study bed stood in the center of the room, complete with a mattress and bedspreads. If not for all the dust, it looked like someone had just got up from it this morning and left it. Next to the bed there was a small-sized table with a candle holder, covered in old melted stearic. The bathroom was a small space with just the things you needed, a shower, a toilet, and a sink. You could tell this part was added on not that long ago, but still, it looked like it had been there for quite some time. It needed some cleaning, that's for sure, but all in all it was just fine. On the far side of the living room there were 3 big windows with an amazing panoramic view of the lake and the surrounding forest. That was about it. The cabin wasn't much more than that, which was perfectly fine by me. I certainly didn't need any more than this. I could already see myself sitting in front of the fire with a glass of scotch and nothing on my mind. This place was perfect. "Yeah, the previous owners left everything behind it seems," the agent suddenly said. "I can't for sure tell you what happened to them. I just know we got a letter from them including the keys to the cabin, saying they had to move and that we should contact them when the place got sold to wire them their money. You can keep the furniture if you want, or replace it, whatever you want. Weird, I thought, but not unheard of. People can have to move in a hurry for any number of reasons. I looked around and the furniture really did go well with the place. Big strong wooden tables, a leather sofa that looked to be really comfy. Bookshelves filled with old books, lamps. It really gave the place a nice ambience. I'll probably have to buy a new bed though, I thought, feeling a bit weird about sleeping in some stranger's old bed.